We're still in the middle of answering the question if you can learn a language in 2 weeks. So if you haven't seen the first video, I will link it somewhere up in the corner, and you can watch the first part before coming to the second part, just because I kind of explained it a little bit in the first one. On day one, I explained the concept or the method I'll use. So if you haven't seen the first part, go watch it and come back and watch the second one. So this is part 2 of my little experiment, and we're beginning with the 8th day. So let's get started. So we have day 8. And for day 8, we have a little small list, also because I knew I had a night shift, so I kept it small. Anyway, TOKI PONA, die einfachste Sprache der Welt. I did do that. Vocab transfer, not a priority. Still not. Okay. Kalamasin, did do that. All things on my didn't happen the last 2 days I didn't touch, so none of them. And because I didn't do Lupa Sonami P Toki Pona from the last days, I also didn't do it from today. Close Master did happen, Anki Deck didn't happen, Akesi Sally with audiobook did happen. That's everything on the to-do list for today, and my total time for today is 1 hour and 36 minutes. And like I said, I knew today would be shorter and I didn't have that much time. But anyway, I need to go and see you tomorrow. Bye. Hello, today 9. So for today, we have, same as every day, a little to-do list and a little didn't happen the last few days list. Well, and I also have a little disclaimer for you, so you don't get disappointed with my not able to keep up with a plan. You have to know that I only realized, not I was no, I was only told that we would have a visitor for 5 days while this challenge on the Saturday before the challenge. So I didn't want it. I didn't was motivated enough to change my whole plan just to schedule around these 5 days. So I just kept it and just push a little few things a little bit later into the week. And also the visitor is leaving tomorrow morning, so from tomorrow on I don't have a visitor anymore, and I hope I can kind of catch a little bit up. But I plan to finish all my resources as far as I planned them. So yes. Anyway, just so you don't are disappointed. But anyway, if you're interested in learning TOKI PONA or also want to have this little challenge, you can use this kind of plan to also learn it, or you can stretch it a little bit more and fit it into 3 weeks or 4 weeks or any time frame you want. And I can also, if you're interested in that, I can also show you how I kind of planned this whole thing. And maybe I will do it with another language or so. But at the moment I don't plan to study another language, but I can also just make a plan for another language and kind of give it to you and give you how I plan my languages, or for a start for languages. But anyway, that was enough rambling. And let's see what I did do and what I didn't do today. So, and also it's basically the same as yesterday, so I will go through them very quick. TOKI PONA, die einfachste Sprache der Welt, did happen. Vocab transfer still didn't happen. Will probably happen from tomorrow on. So I don't have everything for the last day. Kalamasin did happen. I'm nearly done with that podcast. TOKI PONA today didn't happen. So did the things I didn't touch last day. I also didn't touch today, any of them. And because TOKI PONA today is also on that, I also didn't reach today. And also I didn't reach Liposonami Pi TOKI PONA. Neither the English nor the German version, I didn't touch it. Nothing of that. Closemaster, I did do that. I do my Closemaster every day with all my languages, and because I don't pay for it, it's like 15 minutes or so. It's not really long. So I did do that. Anki Deck still is very basic. It only has like 20 sentences, and I still didn't do it. And then we have Akesi Seli with audiobook. I'm kind of getting the hang of the story, and I don't kind of understand the story after 9 days of learning TOKI PONA. I'm proud of me. I can understand the story. I can follow it. And I did also do that. So that's it all for the to-dos for today. And my total time for today is 1 hour and 35 minutes. And that's everything for today. See you tomorrow. Bye. Hello to day 10. And like every other day, we have a list what to do and a list what didn't happen the last day. And then we can get started. So, TOKI PONA, einfachste Sprache der Welt, did happen. Vocab transfer did happen, kind of. I transferred a few from the first day, but I didn't finish, so that's still not done. And also that took a lot more time than I thought it would take with the vocab transfer. So I kind of had to push a few of the things I planned to do a little away because I didn't look at the clock while she was counting time. And also the vocab transfer is not included in my learning time, just to inform you about that. So Kalamasin, I did finish that, and Kalamasin is done. I have completely finished the Kalamasin podcast for the moment. So there are 31 episodes right now, and I listened to all of them. So then we are again at the didn't happen the last days, and it didn't happen anything of that, and because that didn't happen, also the next three on my list didn't happen. The TOKI PONA today, Liposonami Pi TOKI PONA in English and German also. Then Closemaster did happen, Anki Deck didn't happen, and Akesi Silly with audiobook did happen. And as I'm catching up with my vocab transfer, I should probably start with my Anki Deck. So I have planned it for tomorrow, and I hope it doesn't happen anything that I can't do it. But anyway, that's it for today, and the total time for today is 2 hours and 3 minutes. Hello and welcome to day 11. So we're going through that really quick. So we have a to-do list, and I didn't have the last few days list, and I basically did everything that was required for today. But because I have a little bit to catch up, I didn't reach the amount for today. if you can follow me. So, TOKI PONA, die einfachste Sprache der Welt, did happen. Vocab transfer, I did transfer a few vocabs, but not yet, not all yet. Then the things from the days before did only happen the Liposona Mipi Toki Pona English and the Liposona Mipi Toki Pona German. And from these two I did 3. So I'm that the amount that was meant for today but didn't catch up on today. So we have there are 3 in today's amount not, there are 3 and the amount for today not. Close master, it did happen. Anki deck, I did do that. I think that's the first time I did it. Probably. And the Akesi Sally with audiobook did also happen. And that's all. It's very short, and you see the to-do list gets shorter. And the total amount for today is 1 hour and 2 minutes. And that's everything for today. And we see each other or hear each other tomorrow. Hello, today 12. So we're coming near the end and we still have a little bit on our list, but we're working on catching up. So let's see. We have the list of to-dos for today and the list with the things that didn't happen the last few days. And yes, so TOKI PONA, die einfachste Sprache der Welt, did happen. Vocab transfer, I'm working on it, so I'm transferring vocabs, but I haven't catched up yet, so that's still a no. I probably should take the vocab transfer from the last few days that I still have to catch up into my didn't happen the last few days. Well, probably not for the last 2 days. But anyway, then we have the things that didn't happen the last few days. Learn TOKI PONA still hasn't happened, as the same goes for Sonapi TOKI PONA. It also didn't happen. The TOKI PONA lessons, I did one of them, and so I'm catching a little bit up because that's not on schedule for today, and I don't think I have lessons open that are that I meant to schedule later into the week. So I'm catching up there, and the TOKI PONA lesson, TOKI PONA today didn't happen. The Liposona Mipi TOKI PONA in English, I did 3, and also my plan was that I finished them yesterday, but that didn't happen, so I'm catching up a little bit with the 3 that I did today. And the Liposona Mipi TOKI PONA in German I also did 3, and there were also 3 planned for today, so I did the amount for today but didn't catch up to today. Then the Close Master did happen, the Anki deck did happen, and the Akesi Sally with audiobook did also happen. And that's all for today. And we have 1 hour and 43 minutes of TOKI PONA for today. And I think I mentioned it already, but my vocab transfer time is not included. That's only the 1 hour and 43 minutes of study time, not transfer time. Yes, so just to mention that. And also, I have this weekend off, so I don't have to work. And so from tomorrow on, so today is Friday, from tomorrow on, I don't have anything planned except for the TOKI PONA finish line. Hello, today 13, and we're nearly done with the 2 weeks. So for today, as always, we have a little to-do list and a little didn't happen the last few days list, like every other day. And let's go through them. TOKI PONA, die einfachste Sprache der Welt, did happen. Vocab transfer is like the last few days. I did transfer some vocabs, but I'm not catched up and I won't catch up. Maybe I should just check it if I did some vocab transfer. But anyway, that's not the point of this challenge, to have the vocab transfer finished. And yes, so then we have to learn TOKI PONA and the TOKI PONA. That didn't happen the last few days and also didn't happen today. The TOKI PONA lessons, I did one today, so there's one left and I plan to do that one tomorrow on the last day. TOKI PONA today didn't happen. For Liposona MIPI TOKI PONA, the English, I did 3. And for the Liposona MIPI TOKI PONA, I did 4, not 5, 4. And so I didn't reach today, but I'm catching up. And Closemaster did happen. Anki deck did happen. I did my Anki deck, and we are now by around, I think, 200 cards. Something like that. And I guess Sally with audiobook, I did the book and the audiobook, and I'm now reading the level 3 version of the Akesi Sally. So the book is level 3, but the audiobook is only available for the level 1. So I listen to level 1 and read level 3. Yes, so that's everything for today, and we have a total of 2 hours and 13 minutes. That's fitting. 30 minutes on day 13, that's fitting. But anyway, that's it for today. Hello. Today is actually April the 15th because I didn't have time yesterday to record the last bit because I was busy catching up with everything. So let's see if I catched up. So we have the to-do list and the didn't happen the last 2 days list. And then let's get started. So TOKI PONA, die einfachste Sprache der Welt, did happen. Vocab transfer did kind of happened. It's like the last days, but I don't mind. There is an X because I didn't catch up. And Radio P TOKI PONA the 3rd time, I did listen to that. Closemaster did do that. Anki deck did do that. Akesi Sally with audiobook did do that. So then to the didn't happen the last few days list. So we have learned TOKI PONA and Sonapi TOKI PONA. I did both of them yesterday. So I did do that. The TOKI PONA lesson, the last one. And the TOKI PONA today, I did also do these 2. And the Lipisona Mipi TOKI PONA in English and German, I did also do both of them. But I also have to say I kind of miscalculated the German one because I just took the English one and thought the German one would be the same, but in German. But actually in the German one are some slides, some pages not included at all, or they're in English, and in both of them, a few of the pages are in TOKI PONA, and they're basically the same in both languages. So I also just did it once, and yeah, so that's also what helped a little bit to get the number down, because I think the German one has like 11 pages less, so I only had to do 8. I think that was the correct number. But anyway, so I actually did happen to catch up on everything I planned, but also I was busy till late at night, and I finished like a few minutes before midnight, and I pushed through, and I had to get up really early today, so it was like really, really hard. But anyway, So that's the total, and the total number of TOKI PONA studied on the last day is actually 5 hours and 52 minutes. So I basically did study for 6 hours yesterday, and that's only in TOKI PONA, because I also have my other languages in which I studied some time. And yeah, I had a long study day yesterday. But anyway, we still have one thing open, and that's the total number of hours. And I gave you the numbers for the first week, and then we have the numbers for the second week. And I showed you the numbers from the second week also on each day. And the total number for week 2 are 16 hours and 4 minutes. So it's a little less than week 1, and I was surprised about that. But also I planned it to be a little shorter. And the total time for both weeks are 32 hours and 55 minutes. So basically 33 hours. And that's the total for this challenge. Let's talk about results. I think I tried to study all aspects of the language. So, like reading, listening, writing, and also speaking a little bit. And the thoughts I have about this challenge. I think I will start about talking about what I think I can do and I can't do. So I'm quite comfortable reading Toki Pona. I have no problem reading a little bit of Toki Pona. Also, we had the I mentioned it earlier, the what's it called? Lipomi Tokipona. The thing I had in English and German. I mentioned that there were a few pages that were in Tokipona only. And the pages were about chess and other games. So Go and so on. And I I have to admit I don't play chess and I don't play Go and I don't play whatever else it was in these pages, but I had no problem understanding the rules they were trying to explain. And for chess, I know the rules, but I don't know that I didn't know the rules for Go and so. So that's I didn't have much problems reading that. On the other side, talking, I'm not comfortable at all. I think I can use little phrases like mitara, mimoku, yanmoku, uh, I don't know. Such little phrases, I don't have a problem, but to construct a big sentence or any sentence bigger than mimoku, mitara, mipona. I just realized that I said something wrong. It's Yan Limoku. I forgot the Li. So even those little sentences I'm not comfortable speaking. And but the little sentence, I think it's kind of coming and kind of building. So I think I can build upon them and continue to build longer sentences. But that will take a while. Then we have listening. Listening, I'm not that comfortable, but I understand the gist of the spoken. So I don't understand each word or the details, but I understand gist, the overall meaning. That I can understand. And writing, actually, writing is not that complicated for me as long as I know the word. So I just have a little problem with remembering all the words. But that's, I think, will just come while repeating the words and so I know a lot of the words, but some of them I just can't remember, or I'm just forgetting. I know there is a word for shop, but I can't remember what it was. So that's a little bit hard still. So to write is a little bit hard. So I would think I will say we have one check mark for reading, two half check marks for listening and writing, and one not at all achieved for speaking. Um, but I think I realized that I really liked about this challenge is getting another perspective about talking. So I learned that how I can describe things and do that more easily instead of using the real word in the language when I don't know it, or try to remember the real word. If I can't remember it, I still can describe it. So that's that. And I think it's I would recommend others learning Toki Pona maybe for a month or 2 weeks and don't care about remembering it, but getting the feeling for Toki Pona. So like getting the hang of describing things in other languages and so I think it's good for that, and I think Toki Pona is also mm, small enough to fit it in for a little bit and then just forget it again. You don't need to remember it. And if you want to remember it again, you can just learn it again and you will have an easier time learning it the second time. But I don't think you have to keep it in your mind. Just learn how you describe things in other languages and be comfortable with that without knowing the exact word or knowing that there is no word for that word. So yes, I think that's my conclusion. And also I have to admit I also started with the Switzerland, so the writing, the symbols, and I'm not comfortable writing them at all. I know like maybe 20 of them. All others, I just forgot about them again. So with that, that's also not achieved. But that also wasn't the um, plan with this challenge. And I'm surprised I remember 20 because I only have one course where they are even mentioned or used. So yes, or I used only one course. So yes, and that's it with my conclusion. Here's cutting Becky. I'm actually just cutting the second video. It's about a month after I closed the challenge, and I got a little comment on my first part of the series in TOKI PONA and with a German translation. Because I know you don't understand German, I will probably set the comment somewhere on the screen. But because I know not every one of you understand German, I will just translate it on the go, the main parts of this comment. So, first thing he says is that he doesn't think that 7 days are enough to understand TOKI PONA, and so he translates it into German, also because he wants to practice his German. And then he mentions TOKI PONA is not the smallest language. There's a language called Toki, and that's only uses 39 words. I don't know this language, but I think it's kind of hard to use only 39 words. But that's just my opinion. And then he continues to say that only a few people use it and it takes really long to say something. And tuki means language of the circle. And also, I'm not quite sure if I translated correctly because there can be a translation mistake on my side, on the side of the person writing, and so I'm not quite sure if I say it correctly. And it's called the language of circulation because you all repeat the words you use to communicate over and over again. Obviously, if you only have 39 words. And also, he mentions that he is happy that I learned TOKI PONA, and he doesn't think that, or he doesn't believe that 2 weeks are enough. And the person took 2 months to understand, so listening, understand the spoken TOKI PONA, and a year to speak it himself. I don't know. And that's our normal speed for learning TOKI PONA. And I think why I think I like to mention it here, it's that it's well, he's comfortable speaking, listening, and there is a frame he mentioned. 2 months for listening and a year for speaking. And I think that's how you can kind of see the frame. Because I only took 2 weeks and tried to learn it. And you can see that he continued that journey. And after a year, he was comfortable speaking. So I think that's good. And so you see where there's kind of a point where you can be comfortable if you're learning and studying. Well, I also have to say the TOKI PONA he wrote, it's I can understand it, so I get the gist, but it's like some things that are like I'm not sure about. But I also think that's because it's not the what do I call it? It's also the language color of different persons. So you can in TOKI PONA there's a lot of room for interpretation for a lot of words. So I think that's also a place in it, and I think I will use other persons to get get different perspectives of TOKI PONA and of translations of TOKI PONA. So like seeing how another person would translate it. I think that's a good help and a good thing to do. And yes, I although continued to learn TOKI PONA, but I didn't do any listening. I just used my Anki deck and Close Master to continue and reading a little bit. And I don't know, maybe I will post a video next year and tell you I'm comfortable speaking, because right now I'm still not comfortable speaking. And my listening also didn't improve because I didn't practice. But we'll see about that. And I think it's a good thing that I finished this video with a little look into the future where you can be in a year with your TOKI PONA if you start now.